Call of Duty was once undefeatable. Even the worst Call of Duty game would sell tens of millions of copies and dominate the sales chart every single year. But ever since Modern Warfare 2019, things have shifted. The franchise has been on an undeniable downward slope due to many widely hated changes to the core formula. I mean, you got your strict performance-based matchmaking, you got removing the classic prestige system, drastically speeding up the time to kill, and creating maps and equipment pieces that are deliberately made to help bad players. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. I'm going to explain how Modern Warfare 3 2023 may have already flopped. Now stick around for the entire video and then you can give me your opinion at the end as well. Modern Call of Duty is completely different from the game that made it popular in the first place, and Activision is starting to, I think, feel the consequences of pushing away their core audience. With Modern Warfare 2 being what it is, you would think that the publisher would be eager to leave the game behind and move on to something new, but it's not that simple. Call of Duty 2023 may be completely dead in the water, and later this year, we may actually witness the single worst performing game in the franchise's history. You let me know what you think about COD 2023 after you hear all the intel that I'm going to go over with you. Let me know in the comments one thing that Modern Warfare 3 needs to succeed if you think it's even possible, and I don't want it to be dead on arrival. I want COD to go back to the glory days, but that may be wishful thinking. So for those of you who are somehow out of the loop, let me get you in. Let me get you caught up to speed. According to trustworthy inside sources, Modern Warfare 2 is going to be a 2-year game, the first in the Call of Duty franchise. But for one reason or another, Activision changed course. They decided to turn the in-development paid expansion into its own standalone game, and it will likely be titled Modern Warfare 3. Sledgehammer Games was working on the Modern Warfare 2 DLC, and it was reportedly going to be a pretty hefty package, featuring a lot of new maps and even some new story-based single-player content, which would have made it the first COD campaign DLC since the COD 4 days. But Activision has since confirmed multiple times that a new Call of Duty game is coming out later this year, and in this video, we're going to go over everything. Now, leak season has officially begun for the new Call of Duty. Little details have started trickling out from some reputable sources, the same people that always leak COD stuff before it's revealed. A couple weeks ago, it was leaked that a couple throwback maps like Terminal and Scrapyard were going to be part of Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer, presumably at launch, and there were even some screenshots that started floating around the internet of the maps in the new COD engine. Now, I will admit, they look nice, but it remains to be seen if the layouts have been altered, and I should also point out that Scrapyard was actually remade as part of Modern Warfare 2019, so I'm not sure why it's coming back again, but whatever. I'm sure Sledgehammer is going to heavily be banking on nostalgia this time around, so I guess it's not that shocking that this fan favorite would be coming back again. But in addition to all those map leaks, we're getting to that point of the year where various inside sources are starting to tweet out actual gameplay details, since by this point, the game should be up and running, and various COD influencers will actually probably see the game with their own eyes one way or another. Now, I know that's vague, but that's genuinely how it works in the world of COD insiders. Trust me, I know. There comes a point in the year when one way or another, gameplay of the new COD makes its rounds to influencers through Discord and Twitter DMs and emails, and they start tweeting out vague things about it. Now, unfortunately, just about everything I've seen from the influencers and leakers about Modern Warfare 3 has been negative. A few days ago, trusted leaker, Hey, I'm Alex on Twitter simply tweeted out Modern Warfare 3 with a vomit emoji. He was asked whether the game was closer to Modern Warfare 2019 or its sequel, to which he responded, the new game will be closer to Modern Warfare 2, which probably isn't what he wanted to hear. In fact, he flat out called it Modern Warfare 2 2.0 in a later tweet, so if you see someone that's been pushed away recent from COD game design, doesn't sound very promising. Now, when you consider how this game started development, I guess it shouldn't be too shocking that Modern Warfare 3 is basically going to be round 2 of the last Modern Warfare, but I think many of us were hoping for something different. Old school COD players like myself probably remember that the development of the original Modern Warfare 3 from 2011, it was hectic and cut short, and ironically, this led to Activision calling in Sledgehammer to help instead of leaving all the work to IW. I mean, seriously, the parallels between the development of the two Modern Warfare 3s is kind of creepy. The original was largely built out of recycled assets from the first two Modern Warfare games because of its rushed development cycle, but Sledgehammer was still able to introduce new mechanics, new gameplay changes, despite the skeleton being nearly identical to its predecessor. Now, remember, Classic Modern Warfare 3 introduced the Specialist Strike Package, the Support Strike Package, and it removed stopping power and Jug to make combat more balanced. It also introduced a more in-depth camo system. It was pretty cool. It introduced Infected, Drop Zone, Face Off, massive list of game modes, some of which were even community made. The point I'm getting at is the original Modern Warfare 3 was a completely new experience despite being made from assets from other games. Now we flip the coin. Seems like the new Modern Warfare 3 is basically going to be Modern Warfare 2 2022 a second time, which honestly is going to kill some of the hype for it. Sounds to me like Sledgehammer wasn't given the time or freedom to do something unique with the game, and all they can do at this point, basically repackage their original expansion as a full-fledged game. And let me tell you, the community, they're not happy about that. Assuming these leaks are legit, and they're all alleged right now, it makes total sense why Activision has been waiting as long as humanly possible to reveal the game, because they probably already know how bad the backlash is going to be. But this may end up getting worse than the Infinite Warfare reveal. Yeah, we're in July, guys. No reveal. Despite Activision trying to keep Modern Warfare 3 under wraps, they still have to be open with their investors. The publisher has obviously made it no secret there's a new premium Call of Duty offering coming later this year, and when a judge at the FTC hearings actually straight up said that the new COD game was coming out in November, the official Call of Duty Twitter had some fun with it, seemingly confirming it was true. Now, some sources have also claimed that Activision is internally calling this the most advanced Call of Duty game of all time, and investors, well, for their investors, which is a little rich, but okay. Every single year, Activision says some kind of groundbreaking label attached to the new Call of Duty game and most advanced ever is vague enough that it could really mean anything. Most advanced graphics, most advanced system requirements, most advanced release date, I don't know, most advanced artwork, who knows? But Activision will hold on to that for as long as they can because they have investors. Now, here's where it gets rough. They're in for a really rough battle over the next 5 months. The game is allegedly coming out in November. We have not gotten an official title reveal or even a teaser trailer, which is extremely late in the season for COD. Reveal dates vary from game to game, but typically, Activision reveals the Call of Duty for a given year in the second quarter, somewhere between April and June, and that's after lots of teasers in-game and online and leaks. But there hasn't been any of that for COD 2023, and while I'm making this video, we don't even know if it's officially called Modern Warfare 3. They're running out of time to build up hype. They are, because it launches in 5 months or less. So simply put, the COD community may be getting tired of being led astray by COD marketing, and it's gotten to the point that I don't know if it's even possible for Activision, which is the hype team, to hype up COD 2023. After so many years of hearing about how each new Call of Duty is the biggest and the best ever, or the most advanced ever, people are starting to get tired of it. They don't believe it. COD marketing has gotten predictable, and no amount of hype is going to distract the community from how upset they are at the franchise. Now, unless Modern Warfare 3 is revealed with a bunch of actual gameplay footage and it looks better than the last two, I don't think anybody's going to get stoked about it. I don't. The core COD multiplayer audience has been pushed away so thoroughly that they can't be relied upon to support the franchise. The only way to get those people back is to prove you heard them. But with the reports saying the new game is basically just the old game, I don't think you're hearing them. Activision has been in hot water for months on end after countless controversies and poor game management. They're probably one of the most hated publishers in the industry right now, and Call of Duty isn't the most liked. Mix them together. You've got a game that is hard to market. If nobody cares about COD 2023 and nobody's talking about it, what happens? It starts to feel like there isn't a single person who even wants it. I know that's not true, but after COD Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2, the community just wants an old-school feeling COD game that brings everybody together with classic progression and gameplay loops, but sadly, we don't get that anymore. We don't. But, I mean, it's not just the marketing. Over the last few months, Call of Duty's social media presence has taken a nosedive in terms of engagement. It also didn't help that recent controversies meant that for the last few weeks, the majority of their posts have gotten ratioed, which never looks good when the page is trying to sell you something. Now, the official COD Twitter page has over 4.6 million followers. But many of their tweets fail to break 1,000 likes. Heck, the announcement on July 7th announcing a surprise 24 hours of double XP got 680 likes in the first 24 hours. I mean, if you're one of the biggest brands in gaming, you have a following of over 4.6 million, that just shows that people aren't excited. It was also recently confirmed that Call of Duty's presence on PC is a massive part of their market, reportedly much bigger than Xbox's share of the COD market. Now that sounds good. Call of Duty increasing its presence on the PC where it was almost entirely dead. But that means the Steam charts data for Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 are much more relevant. And that's not good if you're a shareholder. Xbox Live and PSN don't report player counts, at least not officially. But anyone can go to Steam charts and look exactly how many players are on certain games, assuming they launch the game through Steam. And I'm betting The vast majority of COD's PC player base is on Steam instead of Battle.net, and since the PC market is such a huge part of COD's presence, it's probably a big red flag to Activision that they recently dropped out to the Steam top 10, and it's a bad trend. Now, according to Steam charts on Friday, July 7th, Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 combined to have over 70,000 people playing, putting it at number 12. This means this game is getting beaten out by GTA 5, 7 Days to Die, Team Fortress 2, Apex Legends, PUBG. I mean, that's not a good look. And that's not the Call of Duty you remember. They would dominate those games. Activision loves to keep their user data a secret now, but according to all public sources, Call of Duty has fallen off over the last couple years, and there is not a lot of hype for the future of the series. The fact that they're still choosing to launch a new Call of Duty game in just 5 months kind of blows my mind. I mean, you could cancel it. You could go back to your Modern Warfare 2 2-year deal, but I don't know. Now, I don't want to be completely down on the game because I think there's a handful of ways that Sledgehammer may actually be able to make things better. For starters, Sledgehammer does tend to have a much more straightforward map design. If they're making new maps for the game, I think that could be a pretty massive buff to the overall experience, even if nothing about the gameplay changed. A lineup of smaller, fast-paced 3-lane maps could go a long way in mitigating some of those problems with the Modern Warfare 2 experience. I also think some of the very minor changes to the health and damage stats could be super helpful, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen since the early leaks are suggesting the experience is very similar to Modern Warfare 2. That wicked fast time to kill, it's one of its defining attributes. I just hope I'm wrong. Now, I suppose it's possible Sledgehammer is given the freedom to make the game more arcadey, like COD used to be with the overlay and maybe the movement speeds, but remember, a lot of the gameplay decisions, they are coming from a desire to appeal the worst players, so the fact that you and I want fast-paced, action-packed, arcade COD gameplay doesn't really matter. In order for these gameplay issues to be resolved, Activision has to allow the developers to make something fundamentally different from the last few Call of Duty games, and that simply, it's probably not happening. There's just no way that happened yet, and even if Activision did come to that realization, Sledgehammer hasn't been given nearly enough time to make it happen. Now, in case you didn't hear, all the same sources that have been leaking everything correctly year after year after year, I've come out with some hard dates for us regarding Modern Warfare 3 and its pre-launch hype campaign. According to the sources, Modern Warfare 3's first beta will be exclusive to the PS4 and the PS5. It will run from October 6th through October 10th, so less than 3 months from the time you're watching me. The second beta weekend will open to everyone and run the following week from the 12th to the 16th. The campaign will launch a bit early on all platforms for those who pre-order the game, so you should be able to get the campaign on November 2nd, but the full game launches on the 10th across all platforms. There will also be a new Warzone season launching alongside Season 1 of COD 2023, and that is supposed to happen on December 5th, a few weeks after the game launches. And yes, you heard me right. COD 2023 will be doing the seasonal system again, just like every other COD game since Modern Warfare 2019, allegedly. Take that as you will. At this point, I don't know if it's possible for it to succeed. The game will surely make money. It'll be one of the best-selling games of the year. Call of Duty always is. And I'm absolutely certain the game is going to severely underperform because of the lack of hype and the absence of early-year marketing or teases. We're almost to the middle of July, and they haven't confirmed the game's title. They're going to sit on it as long as they can. Obviously, we're seeing that. Once it's officially confirmed that COD 2023 is a full-price expansion of Modern Warfare 2 that not many people wanted, I have a feeling the backlash is going to be heavy. At this point, they're likely, they could cut their losses with Modern Warfare 3, push it out, make whatever money they can, and let Treyarch save the franchise. Treyarch are the franchise saviors. They are. If they can cook something up for 2024 that addresses everybody's concerns with modern COD, and they're actually given the freedom to give us an old-school experience back, maybe salvageable. I don't know. If Modern Warfare 3 flops and Treyarch's next game isn't incredible, Treyarch may not even be able to get things back on track. It's such a downward spiral. It is. So what do you guys think about the current state? Do you think there's any hope for Modern Warfare 3, or are you already writing the game off? You let me know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll cover anything that comes up, and I'll see you guys soon.